Hello, my name is Don Diego de la Vega, but my friends call me Zorro. I am 6'7" tall, with a lightning bolt-shaped scar across my forehead and magic beans in my pocket. In my lifetime, I have hunted a massive great white shark, instructed a human being from stolen body parts, been caught in a tornado with my dog, and flown to the moon in Jim Lovell's spaceship, all while wearing a prosthetic leg made out of whalebone. I hope you aren't disappointed when I add that these adventures took place while sitting practically motionless, slouched in an oversized chair, lost in a book. Growing up, I was neither drawn to language or very successful at using it. My mother enjoys telling the story of how, in a desperate attempt to improve my writing skills, she enrolled me in summer school. At that time, summer school was reserved for struggling students and troublemakers, and not at all like the gifted programs prevalent today. I spent those long, warm afternoons creating an oversized newspaper filled entirely with articles on baseball. The year was 1969, and the publication now stands as a testament to my beloved Chicago Cubs' late season demise. Also serves as my point of entry into a life of writing. Sadly, it's seldom that easy. Young children enter preschool alive with creative confidence only to leave high school doubting it entirely. The late Gordon Mackenzie liked to visit high schools and grade schools. In fact, the self-proclaimed loyally subversive Hallmark card employee would start the day with a room full of kindergartners and, working his way through the ranks, end up in the 6th grade. Gordon began each class with the same question: is anybody here an artist? If you have a 5-year-old in your life or can drudge up an old memory of what it was like to be one, it's pretty easy to guess how Gordon's first stop goes. The kindergartners erupt with excitement and jostle for Gordon's attention. Everyone in the room is an artist. But as the day progresses and the excitement wanes, Gordon makes his final question. There's only the last time a handful of hands, 2 wary 6th graders, are willing to accept the label. What happened? Gordon probes. I just visited the kindergarten class this morning and it was full of artists. Did they all transfer out? And then, giving himself away, Gordon pauses and regrettably concludes, no, I suspect something much worse has happened here. Someone has told you it's not okay. I am interested, wrote cultural anthropologist Margaret Mead, in what happens to people who find the whole life so rewarding that they're able to move through it with the same kind of delight in which a child moves through a game. Mead is referring to the spot at the edge of a bluff where Alexander Graham Bell found his dreaming place, or the first imagination workshop Steven Spielberg conceived behind his closed bedroom door. Pablo Picasso claimed that every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist as you grow up. Unlike Bell and Spielberg, many young people today are unwittingly being educated out of their creative capacities. What beauty and innovation is being lost as a result? How does this impact our individual and collective lives? And what can be done to keep all the fairy dust spread over a childhood from blowing away? As I grow older, I think about these questions more and more. It's still relatively easy for me to be impressed. I can still be stumped and fooled as well. But with the passing of time, that feeling of standing in wonder or being wrapped in awe has become increasingly hard to find. It is absurd that many educators and parents still distinguish between a time of learning and a time for play without seeing the dynamic link between the two. The fact that your heartbeat changes to mimic the music you're listening to, or that there are over 8 million lightning bolts striking the earth 100 times every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, forever and ever, doesn't make the topic less enchanting, only more so. The arts show us to explore the edges of our humanities. They allow us to show the edges of our humanities. While science gives us empirical facts and tries to tie them together with theories, it's the humanists and the artists who turn them into narratives with moral, emotional, and spiritual meanings. In that way, we attempt to capture the beauty, power, or terror around us and hold them up for closer examination. We feel some sense of control in a chaotic world. We uncover more precisely who we are. Since that summer class many years ago, I have returned to writing again and again. It's how I first contemplated having children, said goodbye to my brother, and took a stand on principles I believe. Our relationship has not been an easy one, however. No one is born with a particular style or voice, so I needed to first borrow someone else's before earning my own. And while writing demands steady effort, rewards are distributed reluctantly and unevenly. It's as if you must first prove your love. But when you show up, and show up, and show up again, one day, the muse will unexpectedly decide to join you. Author John Irving begins every novel by writing its last sentence. Once established, each word of the story must lead there. It's the only thing he won't change. While I am sure John hoped this insight would benefit my own writing, I was struck more by the larger metaphor his example suggested. If life were framed in a similar fashion, what last sentence would I choose, and how could I write my way there? Moth storyteller Peter Aguero believes that everyone has a tale to tell. All of us collect memories, Peter declares, but as time goes on, the worst of what we remember gets shoved behind old furniture in our brain. Because these recollections hurt, we don't want to get close. Think of a child cowering in her dark bedroom, believing she sees a monster. In the light of day, it's just a pile of clothes. When we start to tell the stories of our lives, we start to gain agency. We begin to own them instead of them owning us. Only humans tell stories. They recall the things that happen to us and how we feel when they do. They allow us to inhabit the imaginary lives of others and bring this empathetic understanding back to our own. And they offer us a space to build a narrative that affords our life meaning. When we share our stories with others, we are no longer alone. So I embolden you to venture out and discover your life, word by word, note by note, and color by color. As you meticulously select just the right one and struggle to make them dance together, they will unearth something deeper from within.